right. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Associate Professor ทวิดากมลเวชสวัสดีครับ Very good morning, Deputy Governor of Bangkok, city delegates in the beautiful cities of Angel, Bangkok, Thailand. My name is Neil. We are delighted to have all of you here with us in Bangkok. So to celebrate your presence and to mark the beginning performers. Thank you very much. Thank you for starting.
The air pollution crisis is a significant concern at an alarming rate. The main contributor to this issue includes heavy traffic.
The members of the city leaders in both disaster and emergency management, and also distinguished guests, especially the representative of the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation, Ministry of Interior, Deputy Governor herself is actually present in the conference as well. Let me try to make this opening remark. The MCs call it opening remark, but they gave me 15 minutes. So it's going to be longer. And I would like to share some of the information. You know that we just actually passed the round. And during those 49 days, it's reached me to a lot of challenges in terms of managing emergency management as well as urban search and rescue. I would like to share that in my opening remark instead of going through this ceremony that actually longer than it should be. So I'm going to use slide as well if you don't mind. You bring up the slide? Okay. I would like to share in terms of why are we here and whether or not CMC is actually leading us to where. Last year I went to join CMC and it first struck me that during our talk and discussion in emergency management, I learned that different country has different governance system. So by far when I see that, I prepare myself to mention several points in that if you talk challenges to our city, we are under urbanization and we have to accept. We've been doing a wrong urbanization development for a long time. Nature is calling back, taking it back from us, as well as the other kind of hazard that can be challenges as well. Bangkok is also confronting in a new hazards, challenging. Of course, Bangkok is actually lower than sea level, and we actually be able to get dry like this because of the structural measure, which is the dike around Bangkok area. We're facing that. Global warming, global boiling has actually reached us to basically having a rainfall. And with the capacity from the infrastructure that we have, it's no longer that you can take 167 millimeters per hour on some bad days. It's not very easy. We're also actually exposing to aging infrastructure that perhaps at some point, even a long hour of fire might lead to that. And also a sinkhole that can also happen in the ground of Bangkok. Other than that, we all share the problem of PM 2.5 or things are creating from our modernization. I think the hazard challenges is actually creating the bond between academia and practitioner, in which the terms of it, I call it crackademia. Because people who have time to actually research in a very initial step of the hazard that we actually have to outknow them. We have a lot of things that are going on, especially Bangkok. As much as we are in a very fancy hotel, and you're going to have fancy meal. A lot of the city is still struggling of food security, urban poor. We're still struggling by having aging society, in which it's really difficult to take care of. Because I don't know how much of the average in your city. Bangkok has an average of elders is actually higher than the average of the country. Some of the districts within Bangkok, inbound, 31%, one-third. So you were talking about the city that actually degraded by environment, degraded by structure, and also aging structure and aging society. Key performance indicator or any index that the world has, like the similar. But I think NCR has also told me what gaps that I have. It's great to learn. Some people coming in evaluate us and then tell us what the gaps are. Also, it required and it allowed me to study from the other city as well. This is going to be really good if the conference today is actually giving me those sharing of the city that I can push it into making city resilient learning.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you very much, all the delegates from participating cities for joining us here today. This moment symbolizes.
We talk emergency management only, but if the emergency management cannot solely operate in a closed system, you're talking community, you're talking damage, you're talking about structural difficulty, pancake building collapse. It's really the most difficult of the scenario any urban search and rescue will confront with. And that makes it really difficult to work. I think this panel should shed some light in terms of, in one country, in one city, when you manage things single-handedly, if the situation is easy enough, fine. If you have to go multi-agency, how does it work? Local to local, local to national, local national to regional. I just got the question outside from the media. How would Bangkok function in ASEAN and in ASEAN framework? The answer would be, as the rule of conduct, as a code of conduct, I have to get through national focal point. No intervention rule as well. So I think we have to talk in terms of relationship because we are under the theme collaborative emergency and crisis management. So in this theme, the important words is not only solely crisis, it's a collaborative one. This is why on the stage with me is the Deputy Director General of the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation of the Ministry of Interior, so represent our government. And also, let me skip you first. The other person is Director of the Research and International Cooperation from the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation as well. These two are the key persons that work together with Bangkok City as a city. And also these are where the innovation and the research will actually come out and make sure that we cooperate with international community as time comes. Also, we have international organizations present in Bangkok, several of them. The reason that I actually asked GIZ representative, he is the team leader of the SUPA project. The reason that I asked him is not because we deal with GIZ as well in Bangkok, but the reason that I invite him because when we talk city,
that's the national disaster focal point in Thailand and international also. So let me have a slide. So the disaster risk management system in Thailand, we have operate under the Act, namely the Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Act 2007. And also we have the plan, National Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Plan. This plan today is going to be the 2021 to 2027. This plan is not cabinet, is not over. So what is the mention in the plan? This plan is a guideline concept of operation. So this concept of operation is one told all line ministry, department, organization, government sector, state, employment, provincial government, district, local government, including the BNA and private sector stakeholders have to implement effectively and efficiently. This plan is include the disaster management measure, necessary budget, victim assistance system, and evacuation. So this plan is going to tell the Thailand